So it is the second day now of kind of big NBA news, so we have a lot to talk about in today's video. In yesterday's trade deadline news video, we went over that massive 4-team 12-player deal that went down between the Rockets, Hawks, Timberwolves, and Nuggets. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about a couple trades that went down, a couple signings, a couple more rumors that are going to possibly happen for trade deadline day or possibly not. So the biggest news that went down on February 5th was the Memphis Grizzlies finally trading Andre Iguodala to the Miami Heat for Justice Winslow. So there was talks about the whole year, when is he going to get traded? Memphis is definitely going to trade him. They're not going to buy him out. Even if it's past the deadline, they're just not going to give him to a team they may have to face in the playoffs. But yeah, they finally found a trade partner. It was the Miami Heat. A lot of people thought it was going to be one of the LA teams, but Miami swoops in. You can't count out Pat Riley. You can't count him out forever. Because literally last offseason, it was the biggest free agency class in a while, and the Miami Heat had no cap space, and they still managed to get a max free agent because you can't count out Pat Riley ever. Remember last offseason when the NBA said they're going to crack down on tampering because it was a big issue last year? Well, then how did Andre Iguodala know to sign that 2-year extension with the Heat literally just moments after they traded for him? I mean, I don't know how contract negotiations work, but I don't think they get done in literally 2 minutes. Because literally like 10 minutes later, it was reported that Iggy accepted that 2-year, $30 million option, or that extension, I should say, and it has a team option or a non-guarantee on the second year. So he's going to make $15 million next year regardless. That's fully guaranteed. And then for 2021 or 2021, or excuse me, 2021, 2022, that is a non-guarantee that the Heat can pick up, or they can let him walk and they don't have to pay him anything. But I don't know if that deal is done yet, because apparently Pat Riley's trying to work out a 3-team trade with the Grizzlies and the Thunder to get Danilo Gallinari to the Heat. Now, if Gallo's going to go to the Heat probably have to give up Dion Waiters and James Johnson and or Kelly Olynyk. And you might be wondering, like, Matt, like, that's not enough to get Gallo. They probably wanted at least a first-round pick for Gallo, but here's the thing that they can do. Now, I don't think the Heat will part ways with any of their young guys, maybe Derrick Jones Jr., but I don't think so. Like, they're definitely not going to be trading Duncan Robinson, Kendrick Nunn, and especially not Tyler Hero. But when the Clippers traded for Paul George, they sent the 2023 Miami first-round pick they got in the offseason to OKC in that deal, but that pick is top 14 protected. So what a couple people are reporting is that the Heat could allow that pick to be not protected whatsoever, and the Thunder could do the trade for Gallo because of that. So basically in 2023, if the Heat had the 10th pick in the draft, they'd be able to keep it, and then it would go to 1 through 14 next year. But say if they got the 10th pick in the draft in 2023, if they lift up the protection, the Thunder get to keep it. So that could be a sweetener for the Thunder to send Gallo to the Heat and at least get something for him, something of value if they don't view him as a long-term player for their team, and they're not going to bring him back in the offseason. And honestly, on Memphis side of things, I love this. You basically got Iguodala for free, and you got a 2024 first-round pick from the Warriors, and you basically got Justice Winslow and a 2024 first-round pick for free. That's a job well done, Zach Kleiman. I know Winslow has had his injury history, but hey, he's still a nice young player. He's still a really good defender, solid ball handler. He can honestly work the pick and roll with John Moran a little bit. I'm excited to see that. And hey, he's on a good contract. He's got next year guaranteed and then a team option for 21-22. So if they don't really think he's that good this year, they can implement him into their offense fully next year and then look to maybe trade him at the deadline next year. Or hey, if he works out, and they can pick up his option the following season, because it's only for $10 million a year or something like that, I believe. Now, speaking of the Memphis Grizzlies, they re-signed one of their nice young players in Dillon Brooks to a 3-year, $35 million extension. So it was kind of similar to the years and length to what Royce O'Neal just got from the Utah Jazz. But I believe that was a 4-year deal, but the 4th year is not fully guaranteed. Dillon Brooks is having a career year. He's averaging 16 points a game. He's shooting 40% on threes, and he's taking about 5 a night. He's providing that he could be a nice complement option to Triple J and John Morant, and he's not even 25 yet. And you basically got him for what, 11, 12, and then 11 mil a year? That is an absolute steal for Memphis. But since they already have Tyus Jones on the roster, I wonder if they're going to make Winslow the full-time small forward, or they're going to try to make him the backup point guard, or maybe run some combo sets with Brooks and Moran at the same time. But I guess he would definitely be playing the 3 or at least guarding 3s on the floor. I don't know, man. The Grizzlies are going to be fun to watch with Morant, Triple J, Justice Winslow, Jonas Valanciunas, Brandon Clark. Haven't even mentioned him once in this video yet. And it's funny that they have Justice Winslow, Tyus Jones, and Grayson Allen. They all played with each other at Duke a couple years ago. Another deal that went down was the Sacramento Kings trading Dwayne Dedmon and 2 second-round picks to the Atlanta Hawks for Jabari Parker and Alex Len. Now, I actually like this trade for both teams here. Sacramento clears up some salary cap for next year because Dwayne Dedmon had about $12 million guaranteed for next year. Alex Len will be a free agent. Jabari Parker has a $6 million player option that he honestly might opt out of. And the reason why this is valuable for Sacramento is because now they have more cap flexibility to bring back Bogdanovic. Because it's looking like more and more by the day they're not going to move him at this deadline. Now they can offer him more money in free agency. So I like that for Sacramento side of things. I didn't really like that they had to give up 2 second-round picks. I thought maybe 1. But hey, it is what it is. Now for Atlanta, I do like this shit as well because you already picked up Clint Capella yesterday. And now you get a good backup center in Dwayne Dedmon. A lot of people thought they would trade for Dwayne Dedmon to be their starting center. But hey, if Dwayne Dedmon's your second best center on your team, that's pretty good. Or at least for a team like the Hawks that was just once the worst team in the NBA a couple weeks ago. They also get 2 seconds out of this deal for Jabari Parker, who definitely wasn't in their long-term plans, or Alex Len, who they probably weren't going to be bringing back next year. So I think this is a good job by Travis Slank. I think he's had a really good 2 days picking up Clint Capella, Dwayne Dedmon, and 2 second-round picks. Job well done, Travis. Another trade that happened late last night was the Philadelphia 76ers sending 3 second-round picks to the Golden State Warriors for Alec Burks and Glenn Robinson III. Now, those 2 players aren't crazy talents. They're not going to propel them to the NBA Finals or anything, but the 76ers desperately needed some scoring off the bench. Batista Eibel, Mike Scott, James Ennis, Raul Neto, Trey Burke, it wasn't going to cut it. Oh, and sorry, Furkan Korkmaz as well. So this definitely helps out their bench. I thought they would get like another ball handler off the bench, but I guess they're either going to roll with Trey Burke or Raul Neto, whoever they don't waive, because they do have to waive 2 players because they didn't take any players back, or excuse me, they didn't send any players to the Warriors. So to make the rosters work out, they do have to waive 2 guys. And the 76ers sent the Warriors a Dallas 2020 second round pick, a 2021 second round pick that belongs to Denver, and a 2022 second round pick that belongs to Toronto. So all 3 of those teams are good. They had premium second round picks belonging to the Pistons and Knicks. They didn't have to give those up, which is a good job by Elton Brand. And for the Warriors, the main reason they did this trade was to get below the luxury tax. Now, I believe they are not below it yet. They're either going to have to move Kevon Looney, Jordan Poole, or Jacob Evans. But yeah, that's pretty much all the news that went down last night. You guys are going to be seeing this early morning on the 6th. So yeah, the trade deadline will be in a couple hours. I don't know if anything will happen between 1:30 in the morning to when I'm recording this till about 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern time to when this video will come out. So anything that comes out in that time will be uploaded in the final trade deadline talk video. But yeah, I hope we get some type of big move tomorrow. Either it's Marcus Morris getting traded, it's the Rockets maybe finding a center, maybe Denver makes another move, Dallas gets another wing defender. Who knows? A lot could probably happen tomorrow, and I think we're going to get at least 2 trades tomorrow. And I think the biggest one will probably be Marcus Morris. I don't know. It's either going to be the Lakers or Clippers. Maybe the Milwaukee Bucks will swoop in and give up the Indiana first. Who knows? But yeah, that's going to be for me. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what was your favorite move by a specific team in the comment section below. Did you love the acquisition of Justice Winslow for the Grizzlies, or love the acquisition and signing of Andre Iguodala for the Miami Heat? Maybe you want to wait and see if the Miami Heat pick up Danilo Gallinari. Did you like the move for the Sixers? Did you like the move for the Atlanta Hawks? Let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, that is good for me. Thank you all for watching. I love you guys. I will have a Robert Covington Rockets rebuild out later today, or at least in a couple hours, and I'll see you guys there. Peace, guys.